have then John Yoo, a senior fellow at the American Enterprise Institute and a professor. Professor Yoo, you know I always love having you. I want to ask you about another professor. This idea of getting rid of the Virginia Supreme Court. What they would do is lower the retirement age, essentially forcing the justices to retire in a gambit for power. The idea came from someone named Professor Quinn Jurgen on social media. He calls this idea, quote, simple and lawful. What say you, Professor?
Kayleigh, great to be with you. This is why you should never let professors run anything of significance. Keep them in the ivory tower where they can't hurt anybody. This is a crazy idea, and what it shows is how willing the left is and Democrats are to destroy all the institutions that stabilize our society and ensure the rule of law just to win a few extra congressional seats in a midterm election. In exchange for trying to get a few seats in Virginia, they're willing to destroy the Virginia Constitution, which has stood the test of time for decades, and destroy the Virginia Supreme Court by saying no one under the age of 58 is allowed to serve on the court. What are they going to do if they actually win the House and the Senate and the presidency someday? What are they going to do to the U.S. Supreme Court and the U.S. Constitution should they ever get in charge?
It's a great question, and it's a question we know the answer to because James Carville told me straight to my face that they intend to pack the court. Listen to this. Listen to James Carville, famed Democrat strategist.
The Democrats win the presidency in both houses of Congress. I think on day one, they should make Puerto Rico, D.C. a state, and they should expand the Supreme Court to 13. Eat our dust.
I think this is the plan. Do you think they're able to do this in practice?
They could if they win enough elections. If they win the House and the Senate and the presidency, get rid of the filibuster, which they almost did last time under President Biden, then the Constitution allows Congress to change the number of seats on the Supreme Court. Even though that's true, our system has wisely chosen to keep the number of justices on the Supreme Court at 9 justices since 1869. So no matter which party, Democrats or Republicans, have been in charge, no matter when they lose at the Supreme Court, like President Trump just did on his tariff case just a few weeks ago, they've never tried to alter the number of justices. The only one who did was FDR during the New Deal, and he even lost at the height of his powers. This shows to me how radical these Democrats are, how willing they are to tear down our institutions and our Constitution to get their way.
Back to the breaking news here in Virginia for just a moment. The news today was that you have Virginia. They're going to appeal this up to the Supreme Court of the United States. So take it out of the state Supreme Court, give it to the United States Supreme Court. But, Professor, I mean, look, I graduated from law school. I don't see a federal question here. I think this is grasping for straws. What say you?
Kayleigh, I know you don't like to admit you went to Harvard Law School, but I won't let you forget it. There's no way the Supreme Court's going to take this case. This is purely a question of Virginia law decided by the Virginia Supreme Court. There are no grounds for the U.S. Supreme Court to intervene. That case is over and done with, and that redistricting effort is dead.
Professor Yoo, if only all the professors in the United States were like you, we would be in good hands. Thank you so much.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube. And catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.